Good morning, everyone. Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. I am back in my flower field today, and I am so excited because I am finally getting my dahlias in. I am super late with getting my dahlias. Well, I really shouldn't say that because I'm not technically late for getting my dahlias in. I could have planted them earlier. I always try and think about the time for planting dahlias is about the time for planting tomatoes. So you want to make sure that the soil temperature has warmed up enough that the dahlia tubers are not going to suffer, just as the tomato plants wouldn't suffer. So here where I live, usually it's about mid-April when we can start planting dahlias. But really, they say, I've done a lot of research on this because I was afraid I missed my window. They really say that you can plant dahlias up to mid-June for most parts of the country. So I'm not technically late. I'm just a couple weeks behind what I could have done. So I feel pretty good. I think they're going to be really happy once I get them in this warm ground that I have over here in my flower field. So here's the funny thing. Earlier this year, I had made the decision that I wasn't going to buy any dahlias this year. I had such a terrible year last year with my dahlias. I think I planted like 16 of them and only 2 came up. And I was so disappointed because I had such big plans. I think I know what I did. I'm pretty sure I know what I did. I'll tell you guys that in a bit. But I had told myself that I wasn't going to do dahlias this year. I was going to take a break on dahlias. I was going to focus on cut flowers. I was gonna try some other things, but then, you get excited about it. You start thinking about it. You start looking online. And of course, I went to Costco, and Costco, I don't know what it is. The Costco bulbs, I think they just come at a time when I'm at my weakest and I just want flowers. So I went a little crazy and I actually bought, I think I bought 12 different varieties of dahlias. And then my friend Robbie gave me as a gift, he gave me actually 3 more. I have 2 right here. And then he also gave me a tree dahlia, which I had never heard of. I'm actually going to put the tree dahlia in my garden at home, but I'm going to put all these other dahlias out here in my cut flower garden. So I just think it's so funny, best laid plans. I said I wasn't going to do dahlias this year, and here I am growing 15 different types of dahlias. So let me just quickly show you all the different varieties that I have. I will put pictures on the screen. I do have my big auger here from Power Planter that I am going to be planting my dahlias with. And then you can see I have a couple bags of compost. I've decided that I'm going to amend each hole with compost and that be it, because dahlias really like a lot of organic material. Last year I did put in some granular fertilizer, and I am not going to do that this year. I'm going to try it just the compost and see how it does. Okay, so first off, from Robbie, he got these from Brex. This first one is called Kelsey Annie Joy, and it's like a coral, pink, yellow, just the prettiest looking dahlia. I have never grown that one. I have grown the other one he gave me, which is Cafe au Lait, which is one of the classic ones. This was one that did not come up last year for me, and I don't think that this one was my fault because I did get an email from the place that I bought it from, and they told everybody that their Cafe au Lait tubers, were not good last year. So they actually gave me a refund for that one. So that was fine. Then from Costco, I am one of those people, that's like laying on the ground, reaching in the back, looking for the really good varieties. So yes, if you go to my Costco, you will see me. But I just love what they have, and they're so cheap, and they're such a good deal, and they always work out really, really well for me. So I love the Costco bulbs, the tulips, the daffodils that they have, everything that they have. I think it's such a good deal. So I have Thomas Edison, which is this yellow one right here. And then, the Thomas Edison is this purple one right here. And then Trooper Dan, which is this yellow one. Then I have Blue Wish and Claudette, both pinky ones. One's a little bit darker than the other. Then there's no way I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Nordwigix Glory. I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And then Arthur Hambley, which I thought would be so fun for summer colors. Then we have Sandra and Rocco. Super, super cute. I love these little pom-pom ones right here. And then finally, We have Crazy Love and Lilac Time, which I am very excited about these. I think these are beautiful. My friend Olivia, who does really, really good dahlias, she wants these as well. Each one of these came with 8 dahlias, so 4 of each variety. I think I'm only going to do 1 of each type here in my flower field. Just because I don't need 4 types of the same dahlia. I think I'll have plenty of flowers anyway, and then I'll give the extra ones to Olivia and my other friends. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to aug my holes. I'm going to aug them deep enough so that the dahlia tubers can go about 2 inches under the ground. And then I'm going to amend it all with compost, plant them, and then I am going to water them in today. And then I am not going to water them in until I start seeing the leaves come up. And that is what I think I did wrong last year. I planted my dahlia tubers and I immediately put drip irrigation on them, and I know that we got a little bit of rain after it as well. So what I think I did is I think that I drowned my dahlia tubers last year. I did not think about not watering them until they started sprouting. I just watered them as normal, and I do think that is what I did wrong last year. So it's good to learn. It's good to learn from your mistakes. I hope you all learn from my mistakes. But what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to plant them right here. Down this way is where I planted my ami and I planted my lemon basil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the tubing, the drip tubing that I already have down here out of the way until I come back and I see that they've sprouted. And then I'll put the drip tubing back on the dahlia tubers so that they can get regular water along with the rest of the seedlings that I have planted here. All right, so let's get started. And all done. I've got them all planted up, 14 of them. You guys can see that I did put stakes in each planting hole. These are actually those tomato stakes that I had left over from my wattle fence. And I thought, well, perfect. Might as well use those. I dug the hole with the auger, which makes it so much easier. Then I put the tubers in the eye side up. So usually you can see the eye is starting to sprout a little bit. You just want to make sure that that's pointing up because that is where the dahlia is going to sprout from. And then I covered it with about 2 inches of compost. So basically completely surrounded with nutrient-rich soil compost. I think the dahlias will be really, really happy. And then all I did was put the drip back on, and the drip is running right now. So these tubers will get watered in right now, and then I'll move this off to the side so that when the rest of the cut flower garden gets gets watered. These won't get watered until I see they're starting to sprout. I did count wrong. I counted my varieties wrong. I made 14 holes, but I only had 12 varieties of dahlias. So what I did is I double counted the Cafe au Lait and I double counted the Kelsey Annie Joy. So I just put 2 of the Kelsey Annie Joys right there, 2 of the Cafe au Laits right there. Then I have Arthur Hambly. I'm kind of iffy about that one because the tubers didn't look too good, but we'll wait and see. This one that I can't pronounce, which one is this one? I did the label backwards on this one. Blue Wish for that one. And then over here, I have Claudette right there, Thomas Edison, Trooper Dan, Rocco, Sandra, Lilac Time, and finally Crazy Love. So that is it for dahlia planting here at the flower field. The only thing I have left to do is plant my tree dahlia. I've been thinking about where I want to put that because it's supposed to get really, really tall. I think I'm going to put it in the back corner of my veggie garden right behind the fountain. I think that will be beautiful, and I think I want to leave it in the ground there because anything above zone 8, you can technically leave the dahlias in the ground. I've just never left them in the ground because I've never had a place where I want to leave dahlias for a long period of time. So all done with this, I wanted to remind you all that I am going to be at Wintour Gardens tomorrow, Saturday, for a Proven Winners talk and presentation. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be Proven Annuals there. And that is in Redding, California, and it starts at 11 and it's free. So if you guys are anywhere near Redding, California, please stop by to see us at Wintour Gardens. There also is going to be someone from the 4-Star Greenhouse, which grows Proven Winners as well. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask him. He is incredibly knowledgeable. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I will keep you updated. It feels so good to be out here in the flower field, and my plan, hopefully next week, I'll be able to get my sunflowers direct sown. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.